TC Talks, TC Fitness, and glad to have y'all back at it again with another live stream. So tonight we're gonna study the charts. I'm gonna start doing more late night sessions where we study the markets and we learn together. Um, I'm gonna also show you guys the Fear and Greed Index, and I have to keep on contributing to the YouTube channel. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel. If you are new and this is your first time ever to my YouTube channel, nice to meet you. If you're a returning supporter, welcome back to another YouTube video. Um, I am on my personal journey to freeing myself from the plantation, and the only way that you truly free yourself is learning how money works, learning how to own um assets that produce income in your sleep, or else you will trade your time for money for the rest of your life. Now, first thing I'm gonna show y'all on the laptop is Fear and Greed Index. I have a Discord chat and I also have a Telegram chat where I called this out a couple days ago, and I definitely let the chats know that being that we are in greed territory, the markets can be bearish, right? Now, for those that may not know, bearish is when the market is going lower. Bullish is when the market is going higher. And in order for you to really, really understand how the stock market works, you have to study. You have to study daily. You have to take massive action. You have to put in the reps, put in the work. All right. On this side, I have my watch list and basically all of the companies that are in my portfolio. Well, not all of them, not all of them. Because I own um 16 companies right now, but majority of them is here on this side. And yeah, so we can see right here, this is the futures for those that's wondering. Um Futures is open right now. Futures open up on Sunday and it closes on Friday. So for those that may trade futures, outside of that, right now, like I said, as you guys can see, it is very, very bearish. Um I'm gonna do a little bit of back testing for you guys. So let me fix this right here. The last high, well, let me back test even more. Hold on. We did at some point in time crack 7,000, right? For those that may not know. So you guys can see price right here, right? You guys can see it on the side. We did at some point crack 7,000, and then hold on. And then it's been like a rally down, but for these past couple days, you guys can see the date here on the bottom. For the past couple days, the market has been very, very bearish, right? So our last real high was at this level here, which is $6,961.75, right? We rallied down a little bit. We came back up, which brought us here, which was $6,964. And then we've been tanking ever since, right? Um, you guys can see here. This is the 1 minute chart. I know some people like to ask, like, what is the best chart to read? So you have the 1 minute, you have the 3 minute, the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, the daily. So everybody, reads it at different time frames. Shout out to everybody that's here. But and when people trade, everybody trades differently. Some people use support and resistance, some people use price action, some people swing trade, some people day trade. Me, I'm a long-term investor. I don't trade. Do I want to get into trading because I have the hang of investing? Yeah, but you do have more of a risk of losing money when it comes down to trading, just like you could lose money when investing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's both the same thing, but I'd rather long term invest. That's just me personally. Um, Let me see. So we go back to the chart right now. Like I said, we're very, very bearish. Um, this last real high was $6,962.75. And like I said, from there, it's been very bearish. This here is like a little consolidation. So I'm gonna try to break it down. Shout out to everybody that's here. I'm gonna try to break it down as best as possible. Because this is what we need to be studying, these charts. All right. So let me bring this over. All of this is consolidation. There's no real direction. All of this is consolidation. This lets you know here, bearish. These candles that you guys can see, bearish. Okay. This is like a little rally up. If you was a buyer, you would have bought here. You would have let it, you know, rally up here, and then you would have took profit. For those that trade. For those that are selling, they're gonna sell at the high because obviously the buyers got exhausted at this level here, right? You guys can see, and it sold off. So once again, right now, fear and greed index is at 58. If you guys want to look where you can find the fear and greed index, you guys see it right here, CNN. Even though I don't care about media outlets, I just typed up fear and greed index on Google, and this is the first thing that came up. So you guys can see this here, right? Extreme fear, fair, neutral, greed, extreme greed. When we are in these levels, extreme greed, greed, the market is going to be bearish. The market is going to basically sell off. When you're neutral, the market can go either way. When you're in fear or when you're in extreme fear, the market is going to be bullish because when people are fearful, that's when you're supposed to be greedy. When people are greedy, that's when you're supposed to be fearful. Even though overall you don't want to be a fearful investor, you want to actually let things play out for itself, right? You want to also understand that you cannot control what the market does. The market is going to do what it does, regardless of how you feel. You have some people that sit there and say, I wanted the market to do this, but it did that. The market doesn't care about how you feel. I can sit there and say, the market is bearish right now. I want the market to go bullish. Do you think the market is going to care what I say? Absolutely not. The market is going to do whatever it wants to do, you know? Um, but yeah, we have to focus on the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is, like I say, learning how money works, learning that the charts is how the rich stay rich, is how the wealthy stays wealthy. You trading your time for fiat currency is not going to make you wealthy. It is going to make you an obedient individual that conforms to the system. Now, to some degree, of course, we all need money to survive, right? We all need the jobs, income to help us sustain ourselves. But if you don't use the money the right way, you're gonna continue to work for money forever. That's just the game that you have to try to beat. The reason why majority of the working class gets frustrated is because your money starts when you clock in, your money stops when you clock out. Majority of people don't know how passive income works. Majority of people don't know how investing works because you're not taught it, you know? So I'm trying my best to bring different things to the YouTube channel in some way, shape, or form. And I'm trying my best to, expand. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like I told you guys before, right now the market is very bearish, Me personally, though, this is just me. I'm not telling you how to do what I do, but me personally, I would I would buy. That's just me, because to me, this is a discount. Now, you also want to understand that the trend is your friend. You cannot fight the trend. All right, you cannot fight the trend. So let's just say if I was to get into a trade and I sat there and I bought, but we can clearly see that the market is in a downward direction, I would lose money. Why? Because I'm fighting the trend. Now, if I'm swing trading, if I'm placing a trade but I'm looking to hold the trade, then yeah, I'm buying at this level. Why? Because this is a discount, bro. 6,917, right? Every time we hit 7,000, the market reverses. Why not buy the dip? Why not? You cannot allow fear to get in the way. You know, majority of people will allow the fear to stop them. You feel me? They see red, their heart is beating extra fast, right? Now you in panic mode, but you don't never see red as opportunity to buy at a lower price. Now, another thing I want to share with you guys is that so you have ES1, right, which is the futures. You have the SPY, and then we're gonna bring up hold on. I'm gonna bring up SPX right quick. Oh, it's right there. No, it's not there. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, okay, right here. So I should have put this on the watch list. Whatever. Hold on. I didn't do this correctly. All right, so I want to show you guys this right quick. Dang. Let's just try quick. Oh no. I think this is the wrong one. Dang. I think this is the wrong one, yeah. But I want to show you how similar the SPY. So when you see the SPY here, which is the S&P 500, top 500 companies in the world, um, right now it's at $691.68. Every time it had a chance to hit, come on, this mo stop, bro. No, get down, Nismo. Anybody want a dog? All right, my bad, y'all. Anytime it had a chance to hit close to 700, it usually tank. Coin market cap index. I honestly never heard of that, so I don't necessarily know what to think of that. So we can see here, right? 696, right? It tanked. We came up, gave us some sense of direction. 693, we come back down. So every time it's trying to hit this 700 area, it takes. Now let's look at it from a further time frame, right? Because that's the 1 minute. We're gonna look at the we're gonna look at a daily chart. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Why does it do that? All right. I'm go to forward. Why does it? There we go. Never mind. All right. So if you look at the SPY from the 4 hour chart, which you guys can see here, right? It says 4 hour right there. The SPY is very bullish. This is putting it right in your face. Right in your face, bro. The SPY is bullish. Right? Most people would look at this candle. Hold on, try to make sure you guys can see. Most people would look at this candle here. Why is not letting it zoom in? I'm trying to zoom in and it won't zoom in. All right, whatever. So we can see this candle here, right? People usually get faked out and think that the market may take, which it could, right? So if we were to, let's see, um, dang, where's the tools?
Nismo, get down.
Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm trying to do this while holding my phone in one hand. All right, so we can clearly see this, right? If you guys want to play the trend line, you can play the trend line, whatever. Um, this is clear as day, bullish direction for the market. If you guys wanted to try to sit there and say, all right, if this candle comes below this blue line, we're definitely bearish, right? So if this candle came below this blue line, which it will hit $676, which is right here, the market will tank. Now, could it hit this line? Absolutely. Who's to say it can't? Just because this is showing us that we're bullish doesn't mean that sellers can't get in on these levels, right? And tank the market because the sellers can do whatever they want to do, you know? They, I wouldn't be surprised. Me personally, I wouldn't be surprised. Because, like I said, once again, fear and greed index is right here in your face. Now, as the market sells off, you will start to see this go back. So this will go to neutral, then it'll go to fair, then it'll go to extreme fair. Once again, I'm not a trader. I am a long-term investor. So for those that's into trading, there's other YouTube channels you can watch that'll teach you a lot about trading. It's just me personally. I'd rather buy and hold and then own more equity into these companies. That's just me personally. Um, let me see. I want to try. We could go back to the 1 minute chart. Now, some people, once again, some people like to play different time frames. Um, I feel like the 1 minute chart is like one of the toughest charts to learn because it's so like everything is just minute based, you know, as opposed to a 4 hour chart or um a daily chart. You'll have way more breathing room. But based off of this here, right, we can see all of this. Ooh, that's a terrible circle. Oh my gosh, yeah, don't judge me. All of this, it's no real sense of direction. Yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry. There's no real sense of direction. Like to be honest with y'all, it's the market is gonna do whatever it wants to do, you know. And like I said before, this is the spot. So you guys have to pay attention to that. This is the essence. The spy, the top 500 companies. This is basically telling you what the market is going to do. If you guys ever want to see what the stock market is going to do when New York opens, you look at the spy, you look at the S&P 500. Okay, SPX spy. Oh, there we go. Now I could really show y'all what I wanted to show y'all. Hold on, let me remove this right quick. I want y'all to look at how identical this is. Spy, look at the chart. Spy, look at the chart. Okay. SPX 500. Look at how identical the chart is, because it's the same thing. Okay. And once again, futures. So, like I told y'all, the market is tanking. Literally, we're getting cooked. We're getting cooked. Oh my gosh. But yeah, and I know a lot of people, as of lately, yes, I'm black. I'm black and Puerto Rican. A lot of people have been trading gold because as the dollar been, getting weaker, gold has been going through the roof. Silver has been going through the roof. I personally don't trade none of that stuff. I don't trade at all, but I know I said that already. But yeah, gold has been going crazy. So I know that people definitely have been making, good money on gold, but we got to see how this week plays out in the markets. Um, I see us continuing to be bearish until this changes. Until this goes to 50 or below. No, I've never kissed a penguin. Like, what do people be asking? Is have you ever kissed a penguin before? Like, what?
You haven't?
No. So, yeah, the market is gonna do what it want to do. I know this is probably not like the best presentation or like the best way to try to teach y'all, but um, I am trying to show y'all on the computer as best as I can. It's not like I got a whole like setup and I could just whatever. I'm trying. Um, is it better to get digital assets or something like gold and physical assets? Um, it's personally, I mean, if you're gonna go to Costco and buy some gold, then that's on you. I can't tell you what to do with your money. I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot tell you what to do. You do what you want to do. But I will say this: if y'all gonna be in the markets, just hold for the long term. Don't have like the impatience. Don't let market swings steer you away from real life profits. Don't allow that to get you scared. You know, these pullbacks are necessary. These pullbacks are opportunities for everybody because it's just easier buying opportunities, and these stocks get cheaper. You got to look at it as putting your money to work, putting them into businesses that are going to make profits, and once the market reverse back to being bullish, you're going to make a lot more money than what your job is going to pay you. Like, the reason why I say let's escape the plantation is because we the hourly wage is really it's a trap. Just call it what it is. It's a never ending revolving door. Like, you only get but so many hours in a day, even though time ain't real, right? Time is Superman made on the clock. But in a work sequence, you only get but so many hours you're gonna work. So if you don't have money working for you when you're off of work, you're not gonna get ahead. Your paycheck already gets eaten up by inflation. That's just what it is. Your time is devalued from the corporation because they're making all of the profits. You're getting paid the scraps. You're getting paid last. You have to wait to get paid. If you're in the markets, you don't have to wait to get paid because your money is making money. So the average person gets paid every 2 weeks. That's a long window. So you get one check, then you got to wait 13 more days, basically, before you get your second check. But that's a long window to be waiting for money. Meanwhile, they printing money out of thin air, and the cost of living will continue to rise. So, in order for you to try to beat inflation, in order for you to try to beat the wage cage, you need assets, and there's no way around that. But I'm gonna try to, do better presentations when it comes down to trying to teach y'all about the stock market. Make sure y'all always do research on the companies that you own or that you want to own. Make sure you open up a brokerage account. I personally use the Stash app, and they have this promotion where if you, I'm gonna start promoting the link that um I'm gonna start promoting Stash app because I use it. I've been using it now for 4 years, and if you use my referral link, I'll get $30 and you'll get $30 after you deposit $5 into your brokerage account. So I'm gonna start promoting it just in case there's people that want to use the app. You know, I don't get no sponsorships. I'm not sponsored by them, but I do know that the $30 will come in clutch. You understand what I'm saying? So the same way Richard Fang promotes Moomoo or Webull, and if you sign up, you can get $1,000 worth of Nvidia stock. If you sign up, you gonna get $30. I'm gonna get $30. It's a win-win. But that's up to you. I can't force you to do something. You're gonna do what you want to do. All right. But what is mandatory for us in 2026 is for us to learn the difference between an asset and a liability, and for us to finally learn how does money work. Because nobody is coming to save us, bro. Nobody. They don't care about how you feel. They will never care about how you feel. They will continue to raise the cost of living. Inflation will always be here. We were never taught these things for a reason. It is to keep the working class working. It is to keep you in a perpetual cycle of paycheck to paycheck, which damn near 70% of people live paycheck to paycheck because the corporation does not pay you enough money to thrive. They pay you just enough to keep you working. And you can't scale your, how can I explain this? You can't scale an hourly wage and you cannot scale up your paycheck, right? Meaning, once you get paid, that's it. You gotta wait. You cannot scale that. You can scale your assets. Why? Because your assets can always generate more money for you. There's a YouTube short that I posted that I got from TikTok where it's the guy speaking to his paycheck. Yeah, I might want to watch that. It's like a cartoon video, but it's kind of cool. Um, but yeah, and I know I get it. It's more to life than money. I understand that, like clearly. But we live in a capitalistic society. You cannot deny that. So many people deny the fact that we live in a capitalistic society, and so many people deny the fact that we need money to survive. I cannot eat. I cannot maintain a roof over my head. I cannot take care of myself. I cannot take care of anything without money. We can't do it. You know. I'm not saying be attached because you're not supposed to be attached to anything in this human experience. It's just an experience. But don't don't settle for less. Like don't feel as if like, well, I'm just gonna settle for the hourly wage. I'm gonna make $15 an hour and I'm gonna be okay. You're not. I'm telling you, you're not. $20 an hour, you're not gonna be okay. And I'm telling you that off of personal experience. So word. But as long as y'all find a way to put some money to work, yeah, y'all be alright. If y'all don't learn how to put some money to work, you're gonna be cooked. So, but yeah, I'm going to sleep. I'll be on live tomorrow, or I'll have some more videos for y'all, and I'll break it down more in some more YouTube videos.